Hello. I wasn't talking to you. Hey, I feel good. Get some good exercise for the legs again. Man, they got undercover cops riding around checking me out. The heck going on around here? Well, anyway, for those of y'all who don't know me, my name is Carcino. Don't forget to subscribe to the page. Hit that notification button. Subscribe and select all. My Cash App is Carcino, Karceno, if you want to donate to the page. We appreciate all love and support as my rent is due today. Now, let's get to why we're here. I know mosquitoes are running around out here like they've been on a diet. See, people don't think about the mosquitoes doing all this COVID situation. You know, they've been starving. They see anything walk outside, they jumping on it. I don't know why my volume will be low. It should be high. Nothing's covering the volume. Check 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Maybe that's your phone, bro. Now, let's get to why we're here. All these coaches, executives, Hall of Fame basketball players, they have been coming out and echoing the same things I have been telling you about LeBron James. Isn't that strange? Isn't that strange? Why? Since I come out, I've told you this stuff and you guys said it don't mean nothing. Now you got Malone, the coach of the Denver Nuggets, coming out saying basically the guy's a bum. He used to be an assistant coach under LeBron James. As I stand here by the polluted waters, so Malone used to not only see with his own two eyes the way LeBron James was, but Doug Black, his former coach, who they made the head coach because LeBron did not want to have the same coach again. So Cleveland had to pay for two head coaches, because he didn't want Mike Brown to be his coach again. Though he comes out and stated he loves Mike Brown. But Cleveland had just hired Mike Brown to a big contract and brought him back once LeBron's gone. Then LeBron comes back to Cleveland because he falls out with Pat Riley because Pat Riley won't let him bring his friends. He embarrassed him in front of all his friends. Now everything changes again. Now he want to come back home, which he did. He come running back home. And what happened when he ran back home, ladies and gentlemen? Kyrie never wanted him there. He come running back home. They got Mike Brown fired, which means his contract was guaranteed. So Cleveland had to pay him the full remaining of his contract. He took the Lakers job, got fired, and they had to pay him the full remainder of his contract. Then he went to Golden State and got paid again as an assistant coach. And winning championships while getting two other major multi-million-dollar contracts from the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Lakers, and he getting paid for the Golden State Warriors. Man, Mike Brown is a mug, ain't he? So he should probably be thanking LeBron because he don't have to deal with his nonsense. And then he ain't got to be around the bum. Now let's get back to David Blatt. David Blatt comes in, European coaching background. He's very knowledgeable about plays. Not a lot of coaching experience in the NBA. But he's very astute when it comes to coaching and going over plays and execution of basketball. Now, the only thing Blatt had a problem with is he didn't know how to deal with superstars. He was able to coach the game and teach the game. But when it came to superstars, now this is going to be a whole new avenue. And for Blatt, he treated LeBron James like, hey, you're a player like everybody else. He didn't realize that I'm not supposed to talk about LeBron in front of the other players the way I could talk about the other players in front of LeBron. He just felt like I'm doing the team a disservice if I'm berating them about mistakes and I'm not pointing out his mistakes. See, that's the thing. You can't point out LeBron mistakes and get away with it. Because when he did it, everybody was shocked. Like, even the players was, ooh, whoa. And Doug is like, you've got to make that play, LeBron. That's no excuse. That's poor defense. You've got to make that play. So when it was all over, LeBron had a talk with him. And it got loud. And in the next meeting, LeBron acted like a 3-year-old child. He started pouting, not looking at the film, head all down. And Blatt's like, so you're not going to participate today? He was, nah, go on ahead, do what you do. Don't even talk to me. He said, you know what, get out. You throwing me out of practice? He said, you throwing me out of the film room? Yeah, get out. If you're not going to do anything, get out. He was like, all right. Yeah, it's time to go. Don't worry, I'm gonna talk to Doug about you. So he talked to Dan Gilbert, whatever. Called Dan, called the general manager and said, fire him today. He's got to go now. And they didn't want to fire Doug Blatt. They was like, LeBron, who we gonna grab to be the head coach? I want Mark Jackson. He said, we can't get Mark Jackson. He was like, no, we can't get Mark Jackson at all. They would never approve that. Not in the middle of the season. Well, he said, well, we could try to get Mark at the end of the year. But for now, we can get my other guy. I'm quite sure he can come over, my man Ty Lue. Yeah, we can get Ty over here. Let me call him up. He said, no. We'll do all that. We don't want your hands all over this. I don't give a F. Doug got to go. I'm not playing another game with Doug. I'll sit out the rest of the season before I play with Doug. So what happened? Doug Blatt was removed. Doug Blatt was removed. Immediately fired. And could not get another job in the NBA. Can you believe that? A coach who just went to the NBA Finals, his first year as head coach, he comes back, second year, and they didn't lose in 2015 because of Clay and Dre and all those guys. They really lost because LeBron couldn't guard Iguodala. You couldn't lock Iggy down. And because you couldn't lock Iguodala down, this was the results. This was the results of that. So, one Black fault you couldn't execute. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks. That's free. You know, it's 200 in you here. So this is the first time you're getting to hear what happened. Well, it shouldn't be the first time. I told you before why Doug Blatt was fired. So Doug Blatt had to go back overseas to coach. So Doug Blatt goes back overseas. He's coaching, right? What else happened with Doug? He kept telling people about LeBron, how he's not a complete basketball player, and all of these different things once he's given up the idea of ever coaching back in the NBA again. So he comes in there and says LeBron is all about stats and all about I, and not about the us or the we. Something I've been telling you guys. Everybody's like, LeBron's the most unselfish. No, he gives up the ball because he wants the assists. He's not sharing the ball because he wants to be a team player. He wants the assists. He's playing for numbers. Doug, David, Blatt, it don't make a damn difference. They all the same. Blatt, 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 Blatt. Now, I'm not sitting here saying Doug or David Blatt is, whatever the hell his name is Chuck Daly. But still, he's your head coach who just took you to an NBA final. And you were #1 in the division and got the man fired. Let that sink in. #1 in the division, best record in the East, and you get the guy fired for what? What was he not doing? What part of the job was he not doing? So during that year, they bring Ty Lue in. They weren't even going to keep Ty Lue. He was a temporary coach with no real guarantee contract at all. They won the NBA championship, then made him the full-time coach. That's how his contract extended past LeBron being there. Because they won that championship in 2016. If they didn't win that championship, Ty Lue might not have had a job the very next year. They wanted Mark Jackson. Well, Bron wanted Mark Jackson. Yeah, you're learning a lot of stuff out. A lot of things would have happened if they didn't win in 2016. Because if they didn't win in 2016, Kevin Durant doesn't come to Golden State. Harrison Barnes would probably got his extension. And Kevin Durant would have probably wind up in Boston. A lot of things you didn't know. How big that championship in 2016 was. KD would have been in Boston. He'd have been a Celtic. Harrison Barnes would have still been with Golden State. Then that kind of changes the next 2 years, doesn't it? 2017 and 18 would have probably changed up. Because LeBron would have probably left again after that season. After losing, LeBron would have left Cleveland again and went to the Los Angeles Lakers early. But since they won the championship and he brought one to Cleveland, he signed that extension to come back for 2 more seasons. Now, Malone said LeBron doesn't have the killer instincts. He doesn't have that killer gene. It's kind of similar to what I've said, right? Didn't have the killer gene. Man, said that my whole life. And everybody says it. He doesn't have that. Scottie Pippen even said, now that I'm looking at it, he's not Kobe. He's not even Shaq. I mean, not Shaq, but he's not even Jordan. He don't have that gene to go get it. He just don't have it in him. He's not that kind of player. And then Shannon Sharp would say, oh, you trying to penalize him because he ain't like Michael. I'm like, no. I have no intentions of trying to penalize the man because he's not like something. I'm just highlighting the fact that he's not like something. That's all. 300 people here and we don't have 100 likes. Everybody should be living on the like button right now. Y'all should be licking the like button. Because this is just getting started. His own general manager stated he was unhappy being the general manager of LeBron James, and he helped build the team together, Griff, to win the championship. From the moment he was brought there, he was basically brought there to be LeBron James' whipping boy and make all these goofy decisions that he didn't even want to be behind. Henceforth, signing Tristan Thompson to a ridiculous contract, and J.R. Smith, or as we know him, J.R. Spliff, who didn't deserve that type of money at all. And you're going to find out why on the Patreon today. Oh, yeah. Hold your head, because today's the day. Oh, you're going to find that out. So today already on the Patreon, it should already be out. You're finding out about 6ix9ine diss record on Nipsey. And he disrespected Laura London and all that stuff. Yeah. You find out about that. So that's on the Patreon. And that's just gonna start off a whole day of lawyers calling me. So we'll just get that started. Now, LeBron Crybaby James, as he's seen doing here again, doing his usual, crying. Crybaby James, as my man Daz Diggity would say, LeBron Crybaby James, still on his last flop, is arguably the most hated player in the NBA because he's a crybaby. Nobody likes a crybaby. Future Hall of Famer, well, not even future, Hall of Famer Dennis Rodman said that he would lock this man down. Openly coming out and saying all of these things. Why are people openly coming out? There's more players that would be coming out talking about LeBron. You see how Pat Bev talk about him. Easy. Nothing. No problem at all. Guarding him is nothing at all. Nothing at all. Hardly an inconvenience. Now, the question I present to you is, why is these things happening? They have been against everything that you've seen for the past, 4 or 5 years. These players have had to live in the shadow. They had players that I know personally had to come forth, do interviews and say, Well, you know, LeBron James is the best player we got in our league. They were coached to say this. They were coached to say that. And one player asked, I ain't gonna bust him out, but the one player said, why do I gotta say that? He said, just say it, just say it. See, they have a PR guy. Each team has a rep that preps you for the interviews right after the games. So in case something controversial happens in a game, they come by and tell you what you can say or what you should say, or just say, I'm only going to talk about the game. They have that guy. Every team has one. And for some reason, they'll come to the players and tell them, well, when you do your interview, tell them, you know, LeBron James is one of the greatest players in the league and this and that. He's like, why am I saying that for? He's like, just trust me. Just say that and then deliver your speech. You can talk about the game. So when they ask you about LeBron, just say, well, he's one of the greatest players. They're coached to say this. So it's not even genuine. Because if you go against that grain, the ownership is going to hear about it. And you might say, well, why do they do that? Why has people got to kiss up to him? Because there are certain relationships that are far beyond what's going on the court that could be jeopardized by bad mouthing LeBron. But what you're starting to see now is the power is loosening. People are becoming a little bit more loose when it comes to LeBron, which is showing that his power and his grip over the league is slipping. He's near the end. And when you're near the end, that's when you can get disrespectful. You can make statements. And this is how you know LeBron's near the end of it. And his power grip ain't all what it used to be no more. This is what it looks like. This is exactly what it looks like. How am I jealous of this bum? I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of 36% win percentage in the NBA Finals. A guy who picks all his players, coaches, general managers, and pick all these players is 3-9 in the NBA Finals. I'm jealous of that. I'm so jealous. But he's the greatest of all time. How dumb do you sound? I respect those who give into the game. Here it is. They tell me when I talk about Isaiah Thomas, when I say he's the greatest player to ever play the game, y'all tell me he only got 2 championships. But I said, so now championships is what matter? No, championships not what matter. Then what are you talking about? You trying to take away what this guy did because he has 2 NBA championships? Like that's a crime? He won back-to-back championships and we're supposed to just disqualify him? He was most valuable player the last time he was in the NBA Finals. And we supposed to disqualify him? Then y'all said LeBron was better because LeBron had more championships than Isaiah. LeBron has 3, right? And he's played 17 years. Isaiah Thomas played, what, 13 seasons in the league? 13, what, 14 altogether? And he won 2. LeBron's been playing, what, 17 years and got 3? 3 out of 17 years? Whew. With all the players he was able to pick on his team. He picked the coach, picked the general manager, he picked everybody. But you're only able to win 3 rings doing that. No player has had more all-star players on their team than LeBron James. No. Yep. So now players don't fear him no more. They don't fear he could do anything to them. Malone from Denver feel like, I don't care what I say about LeBron. Now's the time. Now's the time to pounce. For all the dirt he did back in the day, it's now coming full circle. Well, obviously, if you look at the total picture, you're looking at right. You're looking at a bunch of people who are dissatisfied with the system. They're very unhappy with how the BS has been going towards LeBron. But if the NBA looks at it as a business and they're trying to maximize as much dollar and viewership as they can get for LeBron. Well, he's been a very ungrateful person. He's been very ungrateful for a very long period of time, and it's coming back to haunt him. He's disrespected the game. He's disrespected the way leadership is supposed to go. You know, you have... Wow, that was a dirty trick they did to try to knock me off. We had too many people watching. That's what they do. They always want to dance. All I ever wanted to be was me. Ha! They didn't want to step with us. He's like, I gotta admit it. He definitely watched your videos. Of course he watches my video. Watch this, bruh. Watch what happened on the Patreon today. Hope you paying attention. Because it's going down today for you. So get ready. Oh, yeah. So they tried to knock everybody off and thought everybody wouldn't come back. But like I was saying, Michael Jordan elevated the game. No one could deny that. That's one thing Michael Jordan did. Whether you say he's the greatest or not, he elevated the game of basketball. Elevated it. When Kobe Bryant got on the court, he elevated the game. LeBron didn't elevate anything. He saturated the game. He ruined it. The league has oversaturated him. And because of it, we all paid the price of having to see him. Night after night, suck it up. Steph Curry elevated the game. You see, what is Jack doing? That seemed like Jack. Oh, wow. When was it the LeBron era? When was it the LeBron era? I'm trying to figure that out. When was it the LeBron era? When was his era? Kobe won in 2010. It was the Kobe era. 2011, when they had the Miami Big Three, that was still the Kobe era. So 2012, 13, 14, and let's say 15, that was what we would call, all of that could be called, yeah, we can call that let's call that the LeBron era. So for about 4 or 5 years is the LeBron era. From 2012 to like 2015. Or let's say 16. He won the championship then. So that's the LeBron era. In that era, oh, you talking to them? Oh. Well, the LeBron era, it kind of don't exist in my book because during that stage, did he elevate the game? No, he didn't. All the NBA did was make him popular. All they did was popularize him. They realized this guy isn't good enough to win on his own. Let's surround him. Let's surround him with everything he's going to need in order to win. Let's give this guy everything he needs in the world to win, because he can't do it on his own. We already know that. So what does he need to win, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, let's give him Dwayne Wade. Let's give him Chris Bosh. Let's give him all these all-star players and put them all on one team. So that was the LeBron era. So that ended in 2016. That was 4 years ago. Since then, you have been living in the Steph Curry era, which was really 2015 and kind of 2016 on. That was the rise and the birth of Steph Curry as the superstar of the league. So even while LeBron's was ending, Steph took it and elevated the game. Everybody's trying to be like Steph. The little kids, they all wearing Steph Curry jerseys. Every city they go, they're shooting at half court. They all want to be Steph Curry. I'm Chef Curry. I'm cooking you up on the court. He was forgotten about. So his time has been up 4 years ago. He's been done 4 years ago. Now what they doing? Well, he's number one with the Lakers right now. Oh, really? What is he dominating? He's the MVP, leading vote getter. It's between him and Giannis. Okay, how can he be MVP? That was like saying Scottie Pippen is runner-up for MVP when Michael Jordan was winning. It's between Jordan and Pippen who's MVP of the Bulls. Are you kidding me? AD leads in every category on the team except for assists. And because LeBron is leading the NBA in assists this season, he's the most valuable player? It's a joke. It's a joke, baby. No AD, no playoffs, no nothing. Then I'm like, what happened that first year with the Lakers? Oh, they were in 4th place before LeBron James got hurt. They were on a slide. He got hurt on Christmas. The league just started. We weren't even at the All-Star game yet. But didn't LeBron come back and play that All-Star game? He was injured. And because he didn't want to miss his consecutive All-Star game appearance streak, he wanted to make sure he played in the All-Star game. That's how much his ego is. The All-Star game. That's what's important to me. All about stats. So he went out there risking injury for an All-Star game. That team wasn't good enough because he wasn't good enough to win it. Now look at Lonzo Ball playing better without LeBron. Look at Brandon Ingram, better without LeBron. And I bet you, I'm willing to bet you right now that if not even if, when Kyle Kuzma leaves LeBron James, he'll be playing better than he did with the Lakers. When he don't have to focus on one individual bum being on the team, hogging the spotlight, all in the videos. All facts, baby. All facts. So y'all might take this as another LeBron hating video, but it's actually a truth video. This guy has ruined the league. And now people are trying to get it back. Who's the next LeBron? Though they want Giannis to be that next LeBron. That they're even willing to step over Steph Curry to make Giannis that guy. Because now that LeBron's in the West, they got to milk that cow for all it's worth. So they're going to let him have that light until he's gone. Giannis will stay in the East. He's going to stay in Milwaukee. And that's all to it. The NBA don't like things to be, dealt with. He's going to be a max contract player. He's going to get the Supermax. Milwaukee will offer him the Supermax, pay him the Supermax, and have no problem in doing so. And that's always been the case. They just don't want the Milwaukee Bucks to talk about it. Why wouldn't they be able to talk about it? Because the NBA makes money off the mystery of where would he go. They're like, there's no mystery of where is Giannis going to go? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? We need to create that buzz. Like all the billboards they put up in like all these different cities, talking about where LeBron's going to go. Philly, come to Philly, LeBron. You know who did that? LeBron James. They paid for those ads. They put those ads up there. His people did that. Trying to make a big buzz over where he was going. Nobody gave a damn if he was going to the Lakers. We all knew you were going there. I told you every video, he's going one place, and that's to the Lakers. Bogman, I mean, you think the billionaire for the Clippers was like, why would I want LeBron James? I want somebody that's going to help me win a championship, not tear my team apart. Have the Clippers gone through any controversy since they got Kawhi Leonard? Kawhi stays quiet with his family, but I guarantee you one thing, Kawhi is working. I don't have to see him work. I don't have to see him on the Instagram doing post moves. I don't have to see him doing anything. If you know one thing about Kawhi Leonard, you know he's spending time with his family. He's being private. The man got 2 commercials out and he don't speak in not one of them. But you know what he's doing? Winning. While this guy's getting all the fame and the publicity and all that stuff, Kawhi is winning. So those who believe LeBron is the best player in the league and you're in your 20s or something like that, I can't blame you. This is what they have done to you. This is what the league has provided. They told you LeBron is the greatest thing since sliced bread. They have pumped this into your blood system. So for you to believe it, you know, I can't blame you. They paid millions and millions of dollars for you to believe that fact. It's not true, but it's not the first time that people have lied to you with marketing. Why do you think they spend money on commercials going, this is the tastiest burger I've ever had in the world. And you ain't even eaten it yet, and you might think, man, I gotta have that. They said that's the tastiest burger in the world. And it look good. That's why they put it on TV. It's called program. Think they just pay these guys millions of dollars, these celebrity faces, to advertise you stuff? That's what they do. But if you watch the game of basketball, why do you think Kyle Kuzma's coach felt very comfortable, who used to train with Kawhi, is very venomously going after LeBron James? I just walked around a whole lake. A whole lake. Let me stop in here. I ain't been here in a long time. Come here and see how everybody doing. Oh, cool. I didn't know that button stuff really worked. I'm walking outside with civilians. Yeah, you gotta slow down your trolling too. I thought somebody had made a fake account and was doing you. The Air Lucas. Yeah, too bad you didn't know until it was over. They look nice. I like the blue, the white and green. I might get a pair, depending on the price. But I'm gonna buy some New Balance, get some Kawhis on my feet. Yeah. So I'm out. I'm gonna holler at y'all probably sometime this afternoon.